Hey everybody, this is a album book, more on the personal side. I recently lost my grandma Jeri last year on May 19th, 2022, and I want to share some photo album that I made since my grandma passed away. So right here, there's Grandpa and Grandma and Grandpa Jack. This is Kevin and Karen and all the family there. And this is, I'm kind of cut right here, but this is me, my mom, Georgia, and my grandma right there, Holly, Brian, my brother, my nephew and niece, and my brother. And this is my grandma and a baby that she's holding. And this is when Craig's cabin eating breakfast. I'll turn the page. There's Craig and Deb on that one. There's Grandma. There's me holding Grandma's hand. And yeah, that night. And there's Grandma Jeri and Craig and Grandma Jeri and Debbie. And this is me right here, Debbie right there, Craig right here. There's Grandma Jeri right there, my dad right there, and Karen, Ted, Kevin, and Karen on that photo. And that's Grandma up in the property. There's me right there. There's Grandma Jeri and Dad and Vonnie. Turn the page. So this side, I'm gonna sit. This is the family of Grandma Jeri when they were younger. You have kids. And this is Grandma Jeri and Kevin in that picture. That's Vonnie, Craig, Ted, Grandma Jeri, Karen Goodhart, my dad, and Kevin. Grandma Jeri always called Karen Joy during the part of the time. But yeah, that is Grandma Jeri and Karen Sorensen. And over here is my brother, me, Holly, Devin. This is Aunt Jo and Grandma Jeri. Debbie, Grandma Jeri, Craig, Dad, and Ted, and Clint, and Grandma Jeri Snapchat. And this is when my dad take Grandma Jeri out to see our Frosty Elite Water Heater Service van right there. And me hugging her, keeping her arms around. And I'm going to turn the page. There's Grandma Jeri and Ted. This is probably when she was having a stroke at the time, Grandma Jeri. And this was at Kevin's party and the pool party at one time. There's Jack, Debbie, and Grandma Jeri. This was Grandma Jeri and Kevin, Grandpa Jack and Grandma Jeri, Jack and Craig and Grandma, and some older pictures back in the day. And I think this was Grandma Jeri when she was a younger girl, which is she looks beautiful no matter what, even if she's old or she's young. She's perfect in every form of life. That's Craig. That is Grandma Jeri with my customized shirt. It was probably Mother's Day, I would say, at the time. This is Craig and Grandma. I love that smile. Like, her eyes are glowing. It's kind of cute. But anyways, there's Grandpa Jack saying, "What? What's going on?" And then there's Grandma Jeri. My dad, I think Grandpa Jack's like, "What? What's going on?" with his arms up. That's what I think. Yeah, that's Grandma Jeri. That's Grandma Jeri. Yeah, it's Santa and Miss Claus, probably, I would assume. That's when Grandma was also having a stroke in this picture. With Ted. That's when Ted and Grandma Jeri was there. There's me and Grandma Jeri together. That's an old picture, older picture. Over here, I am going to tell you that this is Grandma Jeri, Deb, and Grandpa Jack. That's Grandma Jeri up in the cabin at Craig and Deb's. Over here is my dad and Grandma Jeri. This is James and his son and Grandma Jeri. I think Garrett, James, Garrett, and Grandma Jeri. And I'm going to turn the page. This is Grandma Jeri at her house at the time. This is when we had Grandma Jeri's birthday party. And we did a surprise party for her at the White Barn, I think. And this is when I went to Girl Scouts with Grandma Jeri at the time. This is Grandma Jeri and Craig. And I wrote a scripture that Grandma was suffering when she was dying. But I found a scripture that kind of stand out the most to me. When Romans 12:12, it says, when you hope, be joyful. When you suffer, be patient. When you pray, be faithful. And I love that scripture because that stands out the most to me of my grandma. Over here, this is when she's an angel. I kind of customize on an app called Photolab. And that's where I did this cool effect on my grandma. Right here. That is Grandma Jeri. At the White Barn or whatever when we had Julie's party probably. And that is the old trailer that my grandma used to have, but now Kevin has that trailer. Grandma Jeri and Grandpa Jack were there, and they're wearing SCI shirts and a red car right here, which probably that. This is when I did the hand cast, right on the day when me and Grandma, we were smiling, having a good time, holding hands. And this is when I was a baby with Grandma Jeri. And over here, we got Grandma Jeri's sisters. Over here, Annette, Grandma Jeri, Aunt Jill, and probably like Lynette, I would say, maybe. I don't. Wait, Annie. Annie, I think that is. Yeah, Annie. So, Annette, Grandma Jeri, Aunt Jill, and Annie, I would say. Or all her sisters, I would say. This is Grandma Jeri and me at her house at the time. That's when she was at her house as well. There's Grandma Jan and Grandma Jeri in this picture. I love that picture. This is my favorite picture when Grandma Jeri is laying on my shoulder I am calm, relaxed, smile, like having a comfortable smile. This is Grandma Jeri, Sydney, and her kids, and James, my dad, and and his boy, his son. Okay, I'm gonna turn the page again. So right here, we're gonna come over on this side. I did a customize of Jesus in the background with me and Grandma Jeri. That stands the most to me. I did a photo lab with that effect as well. And this is Grandma Jeri. This is a hand cast that I did with my grandma before she passed. A couple months before she passed, I would say. Yeah. This is Grandma Jeri's kids growing up. And Grandma Jeri and me. And hold on. Let me fix this. There we go. Okay. So this is Grandma at her birthday. This is me and Grandma going to Girl Scouts. That's Grandma right there, relaxed on her chair in her comfortable home. This was Grandma Jeri and me at the Girl Scouts. I had so many pictures. I don't know why sometimes I'm goofy, but don't remind how many pictures at the same picture. Did the hand cast here. And this picture is me, Grandma Jeri, and my dad. And Grandma Jeri on this one. This is Grandma Jeri at a birthday party. This is me and Grandma Jeri back when my parents were together, but not anymore. This is Grandpa Jack and Grandma Jeri. That's my dad and Grandma Jeri. This is my grandma right there. And turn the page. This is me when I stuck up doing a photo with my grandma. I was probably a kid at the time, a littler kid. And this picture is me, Grandma, and my dad, and Grandma Jeri and me. That's my grandma, and my dad. That's me and Grandma Jeri. That's Grandma Jeri practicing her new walker at the time that my dad bought her. And on this page, we went to the Clark Planetarium. It was Christmas time at the time, back in the day. And we took Grandma in the wheelchair and took her out to Clark Planetarium at the time. This is when we were out there to spend time with Grandma Jeri, okay? We wanted to spend time with her. But she was on her phone, and she put her music up loud with her phone and acted like she ignored us. That's a fact in that picture. This is her gravestone, but at the time, she always sat down on her gravestone. A lot of the time, when it was Memorial Day, we would go spend time and go see Grandpa Jack. And this picture is me and Grandma Jeri up on the chair, on the step here, on her gravestone. This is gonna get to the good part, but also the sad part of this page. So this is Grandma Jeri sitting on her chair. This is when she was a little bit more younger. But over here, there's my mom, me, and Holly. This is the sad part in this picture. As you see, there's my grandma laying on her bed and stars and fire. And this actual night is when she slowly passed away in her sleep. And me and my dad, we had the last sleepover until she passed away at 1 a.m. on May 19th, 2022. And it was the most devastating night. I just bawled and cried, and the nurse came in and checked her heartbeat, and that's how we found out that she died. And it's true, and it was very devastating. I cried so hard I couldn't go back to sleep that night. This is Dad and Grandma Jeri. That's me and Grandma Jeri. And over here, I made a customized crystal for my grandma, and it said, I love you forever and always, Grandma Jeri. And I had a heart emoji. And that's when we took her outside to see the van, but we didn't have the custom logo on the van at the time. And over here is Grandma Jeri and my dad, and my crystal that I have over at my dad's house that says, I will always love you forever, Grandma Jeri. And that's what I have so far. I don't have any other pictures, but hopefully I get some more in here. But yeah, I'm working on a photo album of Grandma Jeri since Grandma Jeri passed, but that's all I got so far. I'm not completely finished on this, but this is definitely keeps me close. And over here I have a shelf display to honor my grandma, and over here I have all the things I gave to Grandma Jeri at the time. I gave her those yellow and orange flowers. I did a drawing of Lola. I did a drawing of Millie and Simon at the time. And that is a drawing of Jesus and a letter that I wrote to my grandma at the time. And yeah, that's pretty much what I have so far of this photo album, but I hope you guys enjoyed that.